Hello, welcome to a new video. Today I am taking the Honda Trail 125 out for a ride. And we're taking it from Louisville, Kentucky to Jeffersonville, Indiana. If I don't get ran over in the traffic here. I'm starting on Main Street in Louisville. I thought that was maybe backed up, but it was actually just the traffic to the bridge. And traffic is finally moving again. This is an intersection that, if you're crossing it on foot, is actually one of the more dangerous ones in the city. And driving on the bridge isn't exactly all that safe and reassuring either. The speed limit is 35 miles per hour, but it feels like people always do quite a bit more than that. There have been some high-profile incidents here in the past year, in the past few months. There was an incident where a semi was traveling, I think, in this direction, and a car came in the opposite direction and hit them, and then they went off the side of the bridge. And then it was only just by a small sliver of chance that the actual cabin for the semi didn't go into the river, and it was hanging there. And then the fire department had to come and rescue the driver. The kind of stuff you typically see in movies and TV shows, but it happened in real life. Just seems like everybody goes pretty fast on here. I guess part of the issue is that on the Indiana side, the bridge, the left lane feeds into an expressway that has a higher speed limit, and then the right lane feeds out to come over down by the riverfront area, which is where I am going. I'm going to go down by the riverfront down here. I had a hair inside my mouth, inside my helmet, that had to be removed. That was not very pleasant. Alright, so this is heading down towards the riverfront area in Jeffersonville, Indiana. And then I will see if they still have all of this under construction and these roads partially closed. I think they do, so actually I can't go to part of it. But I guess I'll swing through the parking lot here to see the riverfront area. So that is the 2nd Street Bridge that we just crossed. That is the riverfront skyline for Louisville, Kentucky. You can't see as much because the bridge is blocking some of the buildings. Not that the skyline is as expansive and impressive as other larger cities, but you know, can't hurt to check it out. There's a bunch of restaurants and breweries and bars and stuff down through here. It's I know it's a great area to go through on a bicycle, or if you're wanting to go for a walk or a run or something. This area is nice for that, because up ahead, the bridge that is, I guess, kind of brown or copper color or something, that's the big Ford pedestrian bridge where you can walk or cycle across from the Louisville, Kentucky side into the Jeffersonville, Indiana side. So you can park on one side of the river and walk to the other, which is pretty cool. There's a bunch of restaurants and stuff down here. And it's just kind of a nice location to kind of cruise through and, check out the sights if you're not planning to go super, super fast. So I'll see if the riverfront area is open, because they do have, it's probably not in view of the camera, but they have like a floating dock stage area where there are concerts and different things that happen with like a amphitheater area. So occasionally they have concerts and stuff down here. Go down by the river. So down through here there are boat docks where you can go and tie up your boat. And I think recently when I came through here, before the river level had been up, so this was all underwater. You couldn't go through, but they've opened it back up. Alright, because I pulled over because there was another hair that was in my mouth that needed to be removed, because it was getting to be difficult to think. But yeah, so this is the Ohio River in Jeffersonville, Indiana. And like I said, on the other side of the river is Louisville, Kentucky. And this bike is very comfortable doing kind of short rides like this through different areas. So there are a lot of places you can walk to around here. Let's see. I'll turn left and I'll go by the where the pedestrian bridge exits over here on the Indiana side. So there's a Parlor Pizza's over here and a bunch of different shops that have boba tea. It's very popular. They're all over the place. So there's guaranteed to be at least a few places around here you can find that. Guess I'll go straight since it looked like some of the roads. I was wanting to go over by the Lewis and Clark statue that's over at the Falls of the Ohio State Park. That was going in the other direction earlier, but it looked like all the roads were still closed off due to construction, so not able to really go up there right now. So I'll just go instead in the opposite direction. They've been doing construction over there for a while, though, because I know that when I had come through here, or come through in Indiana before, back in February or March, I think it was still under construction. So it's been a while. It's been multiple months that they've been doing that. And I know that there is an ice cream shop that's over there that I would assume is having the busiest time of their year cut into. Because even if you can get over there from the other side, you lose a lot of that kind of random traffic you would get from the Big Four area. Ugh. This road is really bumpy. Dude is doing a burnout in his Charger. I have not tried to do a burnout on this Trail 125 bike. I'm not sure if it could do it even if I wanted to, but maybe I'll try that at some point. But it's not exactly a speed machine. I'm assuming these are condos or apartments over here on the left that right now don't have a very impressive riverfront view because these fences are up, kind of blocking it. But there has been a lot of economic development going on around here. Some old buildings. And some homes that, once all the, if the fencing ever comes down, they would have a much nicer view. And the road isn't quite as bumpy in this section as it was before. So yes, we're kind of running parallel to the Ohio River, which is over to the right side. I think I had taken the Navy before for a ride through this area. And, comparing something like the Navy to this, this bike feels like it has, or it doesn't feel like it does have a higher top speed. You can feel more comfortable riding at 40 miles an hour than the Navy. Because it's only like an extra 15 cc's larger, but it's the 4-speed automatic instead of a CVT. I was hoping to find somewhere I could take this off-road a little bit, but I'm not sure if I'm going to find anywhere over here. But, and two, if you've watched past videos that I have recorded riding this bike, I typically recorded with the Insta360 Ace Pro camera. For this one, I decided to grab the, I have a GoPro Hero 11 Mini that I hadn't used in a while, so I just grabbed that one and threw it on, because it's a little bit smaller, fits more easily, and lighter. It's overall lighter and smaller. So I decided to use that one today because I hadn't used it in a while. So this is a boat dock that goes down to the Ohio. So I will pull over here and take a look at the river. Oh, I went in the wrong way. You need to have some better signage on those to let you know that it's not two ways. So it's right down here by the river. So people loading a boat. I'll try not to get in anybody's way. Yeah, it's the Ohio River. On the other side of the river is Cox's Park. That is directly across from here. So it's always interesting sometimes to go on the opposite side of the river and see what all's over there. Yeah, this is, I don't know what name this park has actually. I'll have to see if it says, or I think there's a sign at the front. I'll check again. Yeah, so this is right at the riverbank of the Ohio. Like I said, directly across is Cox's Park, and I think on the top of the hill, I don't know if that's Indian Hills, the neighborhood, or somewhere else where that house would be on the Louisville side. But then, you know, straight ahead is downtown Louisville, where I started. Oh. So this was Duffy's Landing, was where that was. Duffy's Landing. There's a boat launch ramp to the Ohio River. It's starting to get a little bit dark. Because it is 7:57 p.m. Usually this time of day it's still a little bit brighter out, but actually all I want to do is turn around and go back the opposite direction. I'll hear in a second. And something interesting is that I recently, when I last filled this bike up with gas, I went to the a gas station that had ethanol-free gas. So it didn't have the ethanol, blend. It was all just straight gas. And it does seem like after doing that the bike is getting a little bit better gas mileage, maybe, because I think it instead of being the minimum 87 octane with up to 15% ethanol, or 10% ethanol or whatever mix they usually sell, that one was ethanol free and 90 octane. And I mean, I don't know that the bike is, I don't think it's any fast or anything. It just seems like it's getting a little bit better gas mileage than normal. Now, on a car, I don't think I'd go out of the way, well, at least for my car. My car is a Toyota hybrid, so it's not a sports car or anything. For it, running whatever ethanol blend is fine, but I wanted to see for this bike if it had any impact, and it did seem like I've gotten a little bit better gas mileage out of it running the ethanol-free gas instead of the gas that has ethanol. Now, that may be anecdotal. It may not be a reason to go super far out of your way, but the last time I was out, it added about 20 minutes to my round trip to go there and do that when I needed to fill up. So I think it was probably worth doing that, but I'm not sure that I want to drive all the way out there every time, but I might go and check it a few times to see. Yeah, I think, this kind of ride where the speed limit through here, I think in parts was 40, or I think maybe it's 40 now. I can't remember. I think it can hang pretty easily on a road where the speed limit is 40. Yeah, it's 40. So, I think just where you get into speed limits that this bike's probably not gonna be as comfortable at will be when you get onto roads that have speed limits that are 50 or above, because it can do 50. Well, on flat ground it can, but if you're going at an incline with the wind in your face, you're probably going to struggle to hit 50. But if the speed limit's 50 and everybody's doing 60 or more, you might have a little bit of trouble keeping up. But when the speed limit's 40, I think you're golden. As you can do, like I said, I think the fastest I've ever had this bike so far was 56 miles per hour. And I wasn't trying to do a top speed run, it was just the road I was on. I had to do that to stay with the flow of traffic. Because I haven't had the first service yet, because it only has 402 miles. So I was trying not to run it too hard until after I do that first, oil change and service. It's 600 miles, and then the bike's officially considered broken in, and then I'll probably go and do a top speed run. Yeah, and then to the left is old, I don't even know what that is. I'll have to go look up what historically that is. Some type of shipyard or something, where there used to be stuff going on. Now there's a lot of, development propping up, like there's condos and apartments and different businesses that are coming up here. Like I said, right now these condos across the street, their view is this tall blue fence unless you're on the upper levels. So that may not be the greatest view on the ground level, if this is how this area is going to stay for a while. I don't know exactly what all the future plans are. This is an area that's fun to come through and ride through every now and then, just to see, kind of what it looks like and what's going on, instead of just riding the same 3 streets every single time on, the Highlands or Germantown. This is, going back the way that I came. So this could be an interesting spot to go on a bike ride on a, bicycle in addition to a motorcycle. Because it's pretty wide roads. I think it goes, once you get a little bit further down in the road, it narrows up a little bit. And the speed limit's 40, you might have a little bit more, concerns about riding your bike. Now the speed limit is 25. But, up until then, it'd be pretty nice. I'm sure that there are the groups who go through, a bunch of bikes on the weekends through here. Here, we'll just go through one of these neighborhoods. See what all the houses look like around here. There's some mixtures of older homes and newer homes. A lot of churches. Which, in the South and the Midwest, oftentimes, sometimes you have almost more churches than people. And oftentimes they'll be some of the oldest buildings in the area. Yeah, so that was taking the Honda Trail 125 for a ride. I started in downtown Louisville, went to Jeffersonville, Indiana, and went around down by the Ohio River and then back. But yeah, that's it till next time.